Yes, people, this is Ray from Rays United, and I'm back. Listen, today, Jatin and I are going to talk about quite a number of things. So, just strap your seatbelts. It's going to be interesting. And at times, it may seem a little bit explosive, but it's all what it is. We're real people. We're here to talk about Pi Network as a whole, but there may be a few surprises down the line. So, get yourselves prepared for it. And of course, whilst you're here, smash that like button, people. Smash the subscriber button. Become a member if you want to, because that's going to help as well. And listen, when I come back, is on. Take care of yourselves, people. Is on.
United. Oh my God, Waze made another one. Woo!
Yes, so this is KCEX. Obviously, this is the app version. And this is the other version where you get to see a lot more different features. So what is this about? Listen, I look on the screen and what I see is so many different tools. You got a wallet, and obviously with the wallet, you do have orders and so on. And on them, you do have your futures, you do have your trading history, you have the spot wallets and so on. Listen, this is great. Obviously, this is really, really great. Now, what am I asking you to do? I'm asking you to download this particular app. Obviously, this is this version. Yes, so I'm asking you to download this app, and when you download it, what you're going to see is so many different features, and it's just like any other crypto exchange app. So when you look at this, it could be OKX, it could be Poloniex, it could be Kraken, it could be Binance, and KCEX is one of them. So if you want to know more, please go click on the link right here, which obviously not on this screen. You could go straight onto the description of this video, click on it, and the invitation code is actually the one you're seeing here. Okay, so go there and do that. If you've got more questions, please come back to Rays United and ask, and I'll get to the KCEX team and they will get back to you. Let's get back to the video.
Yes, welcome back, Jatin. Guys, if you've watched this commercial, it's just obviously me trying to promote KCEX because they've made me one of the ambassadors. So obviously, an ambassador means you have to try and push the word out there and get people to join. It's an exchange. I don't know if you've heard about them, Jatin. Have you heard about them, KCEX?
Yeah, I heard about it from your Twitter handle only.
Yeah.
I
Well,
haven't-
you can join. You can join using obviously the invitation code, but we'll talk about it behind the scenes because there are other things that I actually want you to use as well. There's a lot of things that you may benefit as an ambassador for Pi Network. You need to change the Ice Network thing there. Are you still ambassador for Ice Network?
I didn't notice after I joined it. Then only I noticed.
Yeah, Ice Network still has a hold on us. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
about Pi Network, people. It's about Pi Network. So let's do this. Jatin, some people may not know who you are. Some people may have seen a few of your posts on Twitter or X, as it were. Tell them who you are before we continue this whole thing.
Yeah, so I have been into the Pi ecosystem from last 5 years. My name is Jatin Gupta. I'm based in India. I'm a banker with one of the nationalized banks in India. I trade cryptos, I trade equities, and a lot of stuff, and have been mining Pi and have a large team on Pi network. And my Twitter handle is Jatin Gupta 0003. You can follow me. You can check my posts on Twitter. So yes, I have been into the ecosystem from a quite some time.
Yeah. When I'm with Jatin, I get very comfortable because we're cool buddies. In a way, we can't call ourselves brothers from other mothers, but we're all cool. We always are real with each other. Jatin knows that. When we've got issues
Yes.
between each other, we discuss it behind the scenes. We don't go to social media cooking each other and all of that nonsense. So listen, Jatin, you're welcome to Raise United. You're always welcome. And
Thanks for
listen, let's go straight to the point. Obviously, this is about Pi Network, and Pi Network has been around for just over 5 years now. I know you are a proper senior pioneer, just like I am. The question that I have for you is, recently we've realized that most of the Pi utilities have taken shape, and we all know what the milestones are. Looking at the Pi utilities, do you think that comparing it to say a year or two ago, there's been some significant inroads they're making towards mainnet, or what do you think? Do you think they're stagnant at the moment?
Yeah, if we talk about 2 years back, there were small number of a few number of utilities. This is the first thing. The second thing is that those utilities were not very user centric. They were just focused on their goals only. But as we have come along through this journey, and as we have come along after 2 years, after 3 years, the utilities have become user centric, and they are more focusing on giving rewards to the users as well, either in the form of their own currencies or in the form of pi. For example, if we talk about PieChain Mall, right? So PieChain Mall is running right now in a competition, or an airdrop, I think, in which people, in which there are overall 3,000 pi which will be given away. So yes, people can take part in that also. PieChain Mall has launched its own wallet also. If we talk about the other platform, social media platform, which is Connect Social, it by far, in all the social apps on Pi Network, Connect Social is far better than the others, and it is getting improved on a daily basis. I talk to the founder very frequently, and he always tries to resolve the users' problems, and he is very keen on you know in the user centric, creating a user centric platform, right? As if we talk about the other utilities which are into e-commerce, right? So PieChain Mall is the most successful one. Uh, in this hackathon, which had in February, so there was Bharat Shopping Mall, uh, which came from India only, right? So that is also a very good platform if a user wants to sell or buy used goods, right? So it is more focused on used goods products. So these are some kind of online apps, online utilities. But if we talk about the offline utilities, it is much more large than the online utilities which are right now present on Pi ecosystem. So based on country to country, it varies more or less, but it is basically more large than the online utilities, right? So yeah, this is my take. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Jatin. Obviously, with Pi Utilities, we all know when they all started with the first hackathon back in 2021. Seems like yesterday. Almost 4 years have just passed, and sorry, 3 years have just passed. And when you look at it, the advancements that some of them have made, particularly, like you said, Connect Social, PieChain Global. Well, PieChain Global, you and I are in direct contact with most of the executives, so we know what they're about. And me personally, PieChain Global, in a way, they haven't surprised me because, looking at how the whole system looked like, you knew there was a lot more to come from them. You just knew there was a lot more to come. We didn't know what it was until obviously a few months ago. So I am happy for them. Obviously, it's just the beginning. But when you look at it, they are going to be successful, and they will probably be one of the biggest networks on the Pi blockchain. So I am getting really excited for that. Now, Obviously, we've heard about Workforce Pool, we've heard about Pi2Go, we've heard about most of the other ones.
Right.
Now, it leads me to the next one, which is the possibility of reaching the intended milestone before mainnet, open mainnet, as it were. Obviously, we know what the three milestones are. We need to get 100, DApps or utility platforms. We need to achieve 10 million migrations, and we need to also achieve 15 million KYC pioneers. So far,
Right.
we do have about approximately just over 10 million KYC pioneers and just over 5 million. I think I don't have the figures here when it comes to migration, but I think it's just over 5 million migrated pioneers. People, just before I went live, somebody put a comment on the live chat saying, I deleted it and I actually blocked the person, saying scam project 5 years running. Obviously, a lot of people would say it's a scam project because scam is like a very synonymous word in crypto. Anything that goes against somebody's expectation is called a scam.
Right.
So we understand what scam is in this essence. The question is, do you think, no, first of all, before we delve into it, there's been some petitions being put forward for Open Mainnet to launch on Pi2 Day, right? Do you think there's a possibility of that? And if yes, tell me why. If no, tell me why. Because a lot of people are arguing as to when they want Open Mainnet to happen. Tell me, please.
Yeah. First of all, it is not going to happen on June 2024. Uh, Personally, if I wanted mainnet to go live, I would not want it either in 2024 nor in 2025. I would give it one more year, because if we look at the utilities, right? So we have waited for like 5 years, not for just to rush the things, right? In the name of going to the open mainnet, right? So uh, if we talk about the 100 apps which are out of 100 apps, the criteria of 100 apps, there are to be ready 90, about 90 apps which are to be ready to go to open to the mainnet blockchain, right? So first thing is they need to go to the mainnet. Second thing is they need to work upon the feedback which people will give. Third thing, they'll need to improvise, right? So if we go through the steps, it'll take more than let's say a year for each and every app to improvise and come to the level which users are used to in web 2 apps, right? So uh, the second thing is that uh, with the with the pi mining rate which is going down, right? So the rewards which people are getting, they need to spend into the apps. Only then the app makers will be interested to improvise the things, right? So it goes both the ways, right? So the second thing is that people need to understand, if they want the open mainnet as soon as possible, they need to contribute to the ecosystem, right? It is not just about talking on social media or posting on Twitter or Instagram. It is about because it is about getting involved. It is getting about involved because Pi Network is not a project which is driven by the company. Pi Network is a project which is driven by the community, right? The more you run it, the more it'll get attracted by the investors, by the other users. So it is now time for the pioneers to get the three criteria fulfilled as soon as possible. Because if we talk about the KYC, so most of the issues which were there in the KYC app, those are getting resolved. If we talk about the ID, which has more than four words or more than four names in the first name or second name, including both of the first name and second name. If there are four names, uh, there has been a resolution for that also. If a female pioneer has got married and her name got changed after her marriage, So there has been a resolution for that also in the KYC app. So it is now pioneers' responsibility to act upon those changes and get their KYC data fulfilled. Right. The second thing is that if we talk about the wallet data, so the wallet data is also getting improved uh, this year only from 2024 January to till date. 6th of April was the day when largest amount of wallets were got migrated. It was around 67,000 wallets in a day, right? So it is a huge number. Things are getting improved. There are already 90 apps which are ready to be going to mainnet. So it is a combined uh, efforts which people need to put in. And if you talk about the open mainnet, when it is going to go, I think it will be 2025 only, not before that. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely true. Obviously, I sort of communicated with one of the guys, and he told me that it's definitely not going to be this year, no doubt. It's definitely Pi Network. I'm not going to go onto any open mainnet this year. So we should just keep building and make it stronger, because people don't realize that, like you said, Pi Network is community based. It is not going to take your hard-earned cash for anything. It would ensure that we build everything and make sure it's perfect before we because they know that once we get onto the open mainnet, it becomes totally decentralized and they don't have any control over it anymore. So I understand where they're coming from personally. Obviously, I've had my own run-ins with the core team. I had nothing to do with open mainnet. It had to do with communication, and that was it. Open mainnet, I've never advocated for any date. I've never even said when I want it to happen. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, they are in control of it. They know what's happening in the markets. I've seen a lot of coins or tokens or networks launched. Some of them, it looks disastrous. Some of them, it looks promising. We must tell the truth. And some of them are just mediocre. They're scrambling to get closer to the big guns. But the big guns are well established. You can't get closer to them unless you establish yourself as well, or do something better than they're doing. And that's what Pi Network intends to do. So people, obviously the question I asked Jatin was quite a long one, but it had to do with Pi Network and when we think it could, get onto the mainnet. We don't know, and that's one thing you should know. We have no idea when that's going to happen. I'm looking on my phone because I need to get my questions ready.
Yeah. Just want
So I
to
can.
add one more point. So,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
yeah, I have been trying to find out the interview of Nicholas. It was long back. It is an interview like 10 years or 11 years ago. I have been trying to find it out. If I find out, I'll share the link. In that interview, Nicholas had clearly mentioned that the problem with the new age cryptocurrencies is that they want to grab the community and they want to just launch it, right?
Yeah.
So the purpose of the cryptocurrency is already gets eradicated if community goes onto the exchange and they convert the crypto into their fiat, respective fiats, whichever country they belong to, right?
Yeah.
So the purpose of that project, the vision, the mission, it gets vanished, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is he already mentioned it, that if I were to bring a project, I would not launch it for at least 5 to 6 years. He had mentioned it 10 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
10 or 11 years ago. It was that old interview. So some some people do not understand the vision and mission. I would say that they must read the white paper. Uh, the white paper says that the mission and vision is to reach every person on this planet through Pi Network. Right? Pi
Yeah.
Network is built for 8 billion people which are residing on this planet right now. Right? It is not built for like it is not a project if it says that, oh, our tokens got distributed too much, so we'll have to cut down the supply. is not that kind of project. It has a limited supply of 100 billion, which with out of which 65 will be mined. 65 billion will be mined forever, and it will go on till centuries. The mining will go in till centuries, not
Yeah.
decades, not centuries. The way the base mining rate getting reduced, it will continue forever
Yeah.
until my lifetime, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. A question came to my head while you were talking. I may seem to have forgotten it, but when it comes back, I'll let you know. Now, with Pi Network, yes, this is it. It wasn't a question; it was something I needed to add it. So
Mhm.
people seem to have forgotten the core message from the Pi core team right from the onset when we joined. I remember what was said even on the white paper that Pi Network is, for all intents and purposes, for the unbanked. Do you
Right,
understand? Now,
right.
this is where people have just got lost in it. They've got lost in it. So we need to bring them back to basics. That's why you and I organized this. We didn't want to talk about, things like GCV and this and that. Those are just too political, and we are not really political when it comes to these things. We just want
Hmm.
to, look at what's happening on the ground, what the real people are doing with regards to Pi Network. You go to what's the name, Vietnam. You go to South Korea. South Korea as well. A lot of things are happening at the moment when it comes to Pi Network. And of course Nigeria as well. Many parts of Africa, is happening. So I am really, really excited. So people should always remember the basic or the core message. The core message is Pi Network is going to be for the unbanked mostly, but it's for everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So everyone or anyone can just grab hold of, like you look on my screen down there, it says what? Ray K79. So if you're not part of Pi Network, you can join using that Ray K79 or whoever that you can grab hold of their invitation code and use it just to join and see what happens. Now, let me tell you one thing about Pi Network that most of you may not know, especially if you're new. The base mining rate has gone down significantly over the past 2 years since we start incorporating the system-wide base mining rates. So recently went down by, I think, 16% or 17%. How many percent? Is it 16%? Around that.
Minus 60%, yes.
Exactly. It went down by that. That's the biggest it's gone down. Now, people don't understand what that means. What it means is there's been a lot of interaction on Pi Network, and there's
Right.
been a lot of Pi being mined. As a result, we have to reduce the mining rate in order to control it. And that's what's happened. We've reduced the mining rate to control the rate at which people are mining Pi. So if you want to mine at a higher mining rate, there's so many things you need to do. Become a node, invite more people, obviously security circle, make sure it's 100%, and all of that. There are lots of factors, and obviously you need to lock up as well to get a much a higher mining rate. Now, my question to you is, what is the significance? Now, this should be something that you would definitely talk about, because I know you posted it on X. What is the significance of this biggest reduction in the system-based mining rate?
Yeah. So, if you talk about the reduction, monthly basis reduction, which started in 2022, right? So this month's reduction, which in May 2024 reduction, it has been the significant. It has been the largest since the 2022 monthly reduction rate started, right? So what happens is, if we talk about Bitcoin, right? If we talk about Bitcoin, uh, the whole world is mining Bitcoin. The whole world is running behind Bitcoin. The biggest investment asset management company on the planet, BlackRock, is running behind Bitcoin. So if the whole world is mining Bitcoin, then in the whole year before the halving happened, there were only 900 Bitcoins which were getting mined every year, right? So after the halving, only 450 Bitcoins will be mined. So after how many years? 14 years, right? 14 years after the launch of the Bitcoin. Let the Pi networks mining run for 14 years. It will become more scarce than than Bitcoin. This is what I'm saying, right? So people need to understand that if they are not mining today, they are missing an opportunity, right? Because whatever the we have seen, we have seen the halving of Pi Network's mining reduction, then the monthly rate reduction happened. So we have seen significant halvings and reductions. So if we talk about today, it is still very fast. If a person really wants to genuinely mine it seriously, it is still very fast, and he can get a whole lot of benefit by mining pi, right? After 20 years or after 40 years, everybody will regret, every single body will regret, just like people are regretting not mining bitcoin. So this is about the mining. Second thing which I wanted to add to the previous question about the utilities, right? So in India, what is happening is, um, there are two financial companies which have launched their products in the name of Pi. Right. The first was the Pi 42 exchange. It is an exchange which is based on crypto perpetual, right? Crypto futures. So they are going to introduce their native token named as Pi. Right. This is the first thing. The second thing is that, just like America has Amex, American Express, we have Cred in India. So the founder of Cred is Kunal Shah, and he has collaborated with a company called ANQ, and that company has collaborated with one of the banks in India, which is called as Yes Bank, and both of them in collaboration has launched a credit card named as Pi credit card. So yeah, uh, two days back only. So what I'm telling is, to the people, to the viewers of your live stream, to your subscribers, that if they are not mining it seriously, look at the big companies. They are looking at Pi Network. They are launching their products in the name of Pi. They are getting all. They are getting ready already for the open mainnet, right? So what will happen with Pi 42 exchanges? They are going to launch their native token in the name of Pi after the launch of open mainnet, right? They'll integrate it into their that exchange, because they know the user base is very large, right? This is what Nicholas had mentioned um, in one of his Pi Day announcements, that if you are focused on the user base, every big company will come after the user base of Pi Network, right? Second thing is that, last year when we did the interview, you and I did the interview last year also, I mentioned that the moderator in the chat had already mentioned that big companies are already present in the chats, right?
Yeah.
They are watching each and every activity of pioneers, watch what they are saying, what kind of products they need, right? So they watch, and it will not be a surprise that one after the other companies will come up their web 2 products,
Yes.
web 2 products uh, ready to be integrated after the open mainnet of Pi Network. So if we talk about the Pi credit card, which got launched 2 days back, it is getting ready for the user base of Pi Network. After the open mainnet, they'll integrate it into their credit card. So this is what I want to add to the previous question, that people need to pay attention to Pi. They need to mine it. They need to grab as much as they can, right? By
Yeah.
just selling, by selling things, not by trading it, by selling things, by mining it, by selling, by running a node. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Jatin, this is great updates. Obviously, without this, you can also see it on X, because Jatin posts a lot of things on X. So check his account. You can see it right there on, beside his name, at Jatin Gupta 0003. Check him out. Obviously, follow him as well. Listen, people don't realize that a lot of these prominent names, in the space, whatever space it is, are following Pi Network closely. They are mining Pi, they're following Pi, but nobody knows, and no person other than John Cena. Now,
Yeah.
John Cena followed you, and then
Yes.
I was excited about it. I was happy for you, obviously, and I went and followed him. And then he followed me. And I also
Yes.
got excited and I posted it. Now, when he followed you, I really was excited. So I went and checked him out and I realized he's following Pi Network as well. And I was like,
Yes.
oh, okay, he's following Pi Network. So he's looking at people who have some sort of affiliation with Pi Network, who are, you know, a bit prominent in the space, and you know, follow them to see what
Looking
information they've got. And I
looking
was
out
really
for the
excited.
development information.
Exactly. Now, this obviously it wasn't part of our questions, but once I saw that he followed you and eventually followed me, I thought, you know what, let's bring it into the discussion. With somebody like him, obviously on Twitter X, who has over 14 million followers, what do you think the significance would be if, say, he even starts to mention Pi Network in the
Yeah,
space?
yeah, that's what people need to understand, that if one tweet comes from his account, you know, people don't realize that how many people, millions of people join immediately, and the base mining rate will go significantly down. It can go minus 50%, it can go minus 60%, right? This is the first thing. Second is thing is that I randomly go to the Instagram page of Pi Network and check out the verified handles that follow Pi Network's page, right? So I had mentioned in 2022 on my Twitter handle that one of the India's biggest stars named Jackie Shroff, he also mines Pi Network, right?
Mm.
Uh, the first India had a prime minister called Lal Bahadur Shastri, right?
Mm-hmm.
His grandson is
Oh,
also his name is some Samit uh, Sambit Shastri, something like that only. He also mines Pi Network, and he had confirmed it to me also, and the chain of the conversation is already there on Twitter. People can see it. It is public, right? So prominent names of the country, of every country, is mining Pi Network. Everybody is aware about Pi Network. They are just silent, and they are just peacefully, patiently watching what is happening, right? So this is what I am telling everybody, to everybody, that do not take it lightly. Do not take it like the other crypto crypto projects which are running airdrops. So because their vision is to run an airdrop, then make money, make dollars out of that crypto, and then vanish. Give some money to the users, also take some money and then go away, right? Or maybe they run their projects for a long period of time, but at the end they are just airdrops, right? But if we talk about the Pi Network is running their vision on the basis of integrating into CBDCs also, right? If people do not know, I had mentioned it in your
yeah,
earlier
previous.
audio
Yeah, I
also.
know. Yeah.
Yes, that Pi Network is also working upon CBDCs, that it will connect to the CBDCs of each and every country. Mainly, it will start from BRICS, right? Because
Yeah.
BRICS is already planning to have an alternate currency, which will be recognizable by the BRICS nations and the G20 nations also.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Alternative to dollar, right?
Yeah.
So people need to understand that if a raise has a yen and I have a rupee, so we as a nation, we as nations will fight that no, my currency need to be accepted, or no, my currency need to be accepted. So in order to avoid these fights, BRICS has decided to come up with a new currency which will be recognizable by the world, by each and every uh, person into different countries, and by each and every companies. So this is what I am telling you, that if companies are launching their products in the name of Pi, don't take it lightly, because they are already preparing it for the open mainnet, their products in the name of Pi, right? So you should be holding Pi in order to use their services or use their products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, those of us possessing Pi, those of us who've had Pi or acquired Pi for over 4.5 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, whatever, we must call ourselves the privileged ones. Do you know what I mean? Because people don't know the difference between value and price. Something that has value is priceless. You understand?
Yes. Right.
And that's the difference. So when people keep asking, what do you think the price of Pi will be? I'm like, no, let's not talk about price. Hold it as an invaluable asset. If you
It's
hold it
about
as an if you hold it
it's
as
sort
an
of
invaluable asset, then you should realize what you have in your hands. I keep telling people I use my cap, which I like wearing a lot, as an example. You may say you want to buy my cap for 10 Pi, and I'll be like, no, I'm not selling it. You say, oh, but 10 Pi is a lot. I say, yeah, it's a lot. But it's invaluable to me. It's priceless to me. So
right.
it's the same way that I hold Pi. Pi is priceless, you know. So when we launch on the mainnet, exchanges will take it up eventually. People need to understand that until it's on the mainnet, exchanges will not do it. However, if Pi starts doing what other cryptos have done, that they haven't launched on their mainnet yet, but they're launching on other blockchains, then
Right.
of course you're gonna get the exchanges listing it. We don't want that. We want to have
Yeah.
our own, be on our own blockchain, like Core. You know how Core is. Core have their own blockchain. Core, they've surprised me a lot, to be honest. They're really doing well. They've surprised me, and I'm really happy for Core as well. But it's about Pi Network. So people realize something. Pi Network is an invaluable asset. It's an
Right.
invaluable asset. Jatin, you're going to say something. Continue, please.
Yeah, I was just mentioning that uh, wh- it is always about the value. It is not about the price. See, when billions of when it is targeted for the billions of people, right? Uh, in an interview when Santiago Fan had mentioned that our target audience is the everyday people and the everyday transactions. If a person wants to buy a bread, if a person wants to buy 1 kilo of apple, so they if they want to pay with Pi, they should be able to pay with Pi, right? So these kind of transactions is what Pi Network is focusing on. They are not focusing on going to the exchanges and buying and selling the Pi. They are not. Obviously it is going to happen, but their main goal is not to go on the exchanges, right? Their main goal is to use it as a currency in every day-to-day life. So people
Yes.
need to understand this, and then they also need to. I would like to urge to your audience that if a person has, let's say, 10 team members, and out of 10, 8 have been sleeping, then wake them up, do their KYC, do their minute checklist.
Yeah.
So every person's account counts into the target of 15 million and the
Yeah.
criteria of 10 million wallets. Every person's contribution is mandatory, and every person's contribution is required right now. So if we say that, if the criteria will get fulfilled by itself, no, people's contribution is required right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pi. Listen. I'm looking at Pi Network, and what I see is a huge juggernaut, as we call it.
Yeah.
It's an unstoppable phenomenon. Sometimes you can't even explain what Pi Network is all about because it is
Yeah.
that huge. All the other mobile mining cryptos, the ones that are doing well, the ones that are doing averagely well, they looked at what Pi Network is doing. Obviously, Pi
Yeah.
Network is so established that people are saying, "Oh, it's a scam project. It's this project." I'm like, yeah, okay, you can use those words, but I've never used words like that on Pi Network, and I'll never use words like that because I know what Pi is going to be. Like I said, people need to understand that back last year, is it last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. I think it's 2 years ago when I had my run-in with Pi Network. It was always about communication.
Right.
Always about communication. People should understand that. And that was it. Once I did that, it changed the whole thing. It changed everything because I set the ball rolling, and suddenly the moderators realized that actually the Pi core team were not communicating, and they went on strike briefly. The Pi core team realized that, you know what, these people are the ones that have helped us build this phenomenon, so we need to listen to them. And they did. They did. Now, every week, we get some information from them. Every week, we get something from them, which is good. Do you know what I mean? So, people, Pi Network, to me, personally, this is my own opinion, I would always be like Gabriel is saying, give something back. Do not just, be somebody that's always willing to take and take and take. Try and, he's actually referring to, people keep donating to Ray, keep donating. Ray is doing a lot of stuff for us. That. I don't ask for that. If they want to do it, that's up to them. But it's all about, giving to the community and giving to the Pi community as well. That's what matters. Because when you do that, what you're doing is you're making Pi recognizable. And if it becomes recognizable, which it already is, but we can still create a lot more recognition for Pi Network. Jerome here saying people who left the project won't come back. It's up to them. If they don't come back, but they will come back. I can tell you that. They will come back. They will come back. They'll come back. I'm very certain of that. They will come back. When they see what Pi Network is doing, eventually, especially when the date is announced that, we're going to go on mainnet, open mainnet on such and such day, you see people running back. I'm telling you, because recently I was watching football, right? And most of the fans were running out. They were just going out because they thought their team had lost, right? So they were all just going through the exits and all of that. You know what happened? Their team equalized, or I think there was a penalty or something, and all of the fans started running back in. They started running back in because they realized, our team hasn't lost after all. Because they were impatient. They didn't wait till the end to see the final result, but they were impatient and they left. But down the line, they were going, they realized, we've got a penalty, we need to go back. And they equalized, and I think they won the game. So, when you haven't seen that end of that tunnel, keep going. Because like I said, it is dark. Yes, it is dark. But keep going, because there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not here to preach all these things to people, but I can only tell you that, listen, just like Abubakar Isa is saying, man, I'm so bullish on Pi Network. I keep my community updated and intact, taking Pi to the moon. Absolutely. Jatin, what have you got to say to add to that, please?
There's one mantra I always tell to my team. I have over 250 people in my Pi Network team, and most of the people are active. Why they are active? I tell them regularly one thing, that if you lose faith in Pi Network, if you lose faith in yourself also, keep on mining. Don't give up on mining, because even if you lose faith, even if you don't believe in the vision, because many people do not know the mission, many people do not read the white paper, many don't know how to do the things, how to go to PieChain mall and buy stuff and all of those things, the internal ecosystem, many people are not aware about it, but at least they need to mine, right? Even if they do not believe in the project, just keep on mining. Don't leave it. Don't leave mining. So this is one mantra which I tell my team. So people should focus on their team, and they need to get their team active again, and need to bring those people back, because it also helps the reduction in the mining speed also, right? The more people mine, the reduction will be more, and the scarcity will be more.
So people, we do have about 15 minutes left. There will be a digression towards something very briefly, but because obviously Jatin would want to just clear the air with something that people may have not known in the past, so he'll clear the air with that. But before that, people, I need you to know that I'll be holding another live show. I think it's 4 o'clock UK time. Sorry, 4 o'clock UK time, 3 p.m. GMT. So you could join that. It's with KCEX Exchange. Now, they've got some things they want to tell the community. A lot of you think it's always about Binance and OKX and Kraken and all of that, or Coinbase and that. Please, this exchange, I am on there. I'm an ambassador there. And I can tell you the potential there is endless. So please join that live show in less than an hour, and you would learn a lot of things that might change your mind, and you might even sign up to them. You can sign up now if you want, maybe after the show, using my invitation code. I definitely want to talk about something. I haven't cut you, but people, listen, Jatin and I would always talk about Pi Network from now on. So we would have these shows often. So don't worry about that. We will hold X spaces as well. So do not worry about any of these. But there is something that I wanted to ask Jatin. I haven't had the opportunity to ask him, and I'm going to ask him. Jatin, there's been a lot of stuff that's been said lately about, me per se, and maybe you, I don't know, but maybe you as well, about ICE Network. Now, this is something that I don't want to talk about, but you want to talk about it because you want to just get it out of the way. So, why did you leave? Because all of us were in the same team, and then you left. Why did you leave? Yeah.
So it's a very, very, very long story. I'll tell in short. So I joined. The team wanted me to join ICE Network as an ambassador in February 2023, right? So I joined ICE Network when they only had like 30 followers on Twitter, right? They reached out to me, and I believed in their vision, I believed in their mission, and then started to promote them, and everything was going well until one day they decided to, first they decided to stop the mining. uh, Before, the mining had to be stopped until they came to mainnet, but then they stopped mining. Second thing is that uh, they were not community centric, right? They were not community centric. They were not ready to listen to the feedback of the community, right? And for me personally, community comes the first. See, there are going to be n number of projects which will come, which will go, but the community stays, right? I had to be true to my community, and there were certain things which I could not say in public, because as an as an integral part of myself, I would also not want the ICE team to suffer because of my my words which I would want to put out there. So it was my integrity also, and I had to fulfill my integrity towards the community also. So what happened was, because of after the first distribution, right? After the first distribution, what happened is, first they cut down the mining, total mine tokens, in the name of the mismatch, right? What happened is, they told the community that there's a mismatch in the calculation, because of which some users are mining more tokens. It was uh, it was like, no, it was no. So they did it on purpose. So they cut out millions of coins too, in a few million coins. Second thing is that, after this they launched the first, after they did the first distribution. Then what happened is, uh, when they realize that the supply is too much, is still too much, they decided to cut off the supply. And once the uh, tokens are already mined, right? You cannot, uh, either you can burn them, or you can, remove the users, right? So they did the latter. They Because they knew, if the users will remain, the supply will continue to go up, even if they burn the coins, right? So what they did is, they introduced, so my contradiction came. Firstly, my contradiction came then, when you had a liveliness check, when you did the Twitter KYC also. Then you introduce the quiz only just to remove the users, right? You made it, whatever it was. If it was difficult for some people, if it was easy for some people, doesn't matter, but the purpose was to remove the users, right? So this is where I did not agree with them. So I went silent on that, from that day only, because it was intentional. If people think that the introduction of the quiz was something to do some kind of new verification. No, it was in an intentional purpose to remove the users just to cut the supply so that they can increase the price, because if the supply was going to be keep on moving, then the price will decrease. So if we understand the supply and the price
Yeah,
on the economic
yeah,
basis. And
I
so
understand.
yeah, they realized this, and what happened is, in the initial distribution also, they they decided to horse trade it. They decided to horse trade with each and every announcement they posted on Twitter, right? So what happened is, if the price of ICE network is going down, what they did is they came up with an announcement. They bought that ICE before that announcement, and after the hype became, they sold it. Right. So this had been going on, on and off, on and off, on and off. So uh, they they still are horse trading the ICE network token on the exchanges
Yeah,
based on their announcements, based on the emotional and psychological trading. They
yeah,
still do it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right.
and one more thing I would want to add, that after you and other significant people went against the team, or went silent, what they are doing right now is they are doing paid promotions to the people, through the people, which were not there even in the mining, right?
Mm. Yeah, I
we
know.
are seeing we are seeing
I know.
tweets from n number of crypto guys, which were not even there in the mining, right,
Yeah,
of
I know.
the ICE network. The second thing is that they are lying about their data always, always. If we talk about their recent announcement, which came on Twitter, they mentioned that they had 9 million users. How 9 million users? Even after the KYC, the third KYC which came, which was quiz, right? After the quiz went off, only there were 900 people, 900,000 people which
Yeah,
remained after the quiz,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So, and then the mining stopped. If the mining has been stopped, if there were only 900,000 people, and most of those people had already sold their holdings after first and second distribution, so
Yeah.
then how you are right now mentioning that there are 90 million users? No, they are
Mm.
not 9 million users. They are not 9 million users. They are not even 400,000, 500,000 users.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are always lying about their data, and the team is not ready to listen to the feedback. That's why Zeus sent me a huge paragraph that so and so, but you know I was not happy with the way they behaved with the community. First
Yeah,
you wanted the community, then you abused Pi Network, then you did
yeah,
everything against the Pi Network, which
yeah,
is Pi Network is
yeah,
doing. And then you if you are using the some others projects community, at least appreciate it.
yeah, yeah.
You are
No,
always
no, no.
using.
Listen, Jatin, everything you're saying, you're absolutely right. Me, I've already, obviously cut myself from them. I've, like I said, everything you're saying, I don't know because I don't
Yeah,
follow them anymore. I've blocked them. I unfollowed them. People need to remember that I unfollowed them, and what they did was extremely painful. I must tell you that because at the end of the day, I have a community who trusts me. You
right,
understand? A community that trusts me. So what I say, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Ray said this, Ray said that," and it's all based on their words. Remember, so my
right,
community is trusting me to trust you, and for me to trust you, and for you to betray the whole thing, it's just so many things happen behind the scene, and you know that so many
right,
things, which I said may not see the light of day. But some of them, we are not under any legal obligation not to say them, so we can say whatever we want. Nobody gave us any NDA that, oh, you sign a non-disclosure agreement, you can't say this, you can't say that. I can say whatever I want, whether it's in breach of whatever. I didn't sign anything to breach anything. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, I don't want to waste my time on them because I've already done the video. I did it. I made it last for 24 hours, and I deleted it because I know why I did that video and deleted it. And obviously everything I posted about them, I deleted everything. People still tag me on them. When they tag me, I just remove myself from it because I don't want to have anything to do with them. I realize they've misled everybody, even those who think they're whales there. They're being misled and they don't even know it yet. You get what I'm saying? They don't know it yet. By the time they know it, it's too late. These people are manipulating the price as they wish. You understand? They're manipulating the price as they wish. They have numerous accounts. They have a mother account and they have numerous accounts, and they use these numerous accounts to manipulate the price of ICE. So if you're there and you think, oh, the price of ICE is going up, you're not doing anything. They're doing it. They want you to buy, and when you keep buying, the moment you buy, they sell. The moment you sell, they buy. Listen, I've seen their tricks. Because of them, I've seen the tricks. So people, I'll tell you here and now, I don't want to use words like it's a shit coin. You know, I don't use words like that. But at the end of the day, be very careful what you wish for. Because me, I'm out of that. I'm completely out of it. I don't care what I lost. I don't care about that. I want my sanity. I want my credibility intact. And to do that, I thought, I'm not going further with these people. No way. You know, so people, this is a Pi Network show. We will talk about Pi Network for the next 10 minutes. I've spared 10 minutes. And this is something that Jatin wanted to get off his chest. He's got off his chest. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, fine. But Pi Network. So, people, somebody is asking questions about Pi Network. I want to go and look at the questions. Somebody said, this is it. Ojo said, when is Pi Network going to release all referral bonuses for people who have all downlines KYC'd? Now, obviously, oh yeah, Jatin, go ahead.
Yeah, so I have the answer for that. If you, who is this? Ojo. So Ojo, if you go to the lockup, the configuration, and you click that more, you will see that there's a whole paragraph which has mentioned that the remaining of the referrals and the other rewards will be released after the open mainnet, and you will be given a choice in to release them in parts. For example, if you have the rest of the KYC rewards for like 1000 pi, so you will be able to use those 1000 pi as again a lockup configuration, or move them into your available balance. That will happen after the open mainnet. The second migration will include all those things, right? And they are also going to introduce a certain kind of lockup. For example, there is KYC rewards which are going to get logged or available or made to be available. For example, Ray also sent me, let's say 100 pi. So I'll have an option to not to lock the KYC rewards, but to lock the 100 pi which Ray sent me. So there are going to be certain kind of lockups also.
All right. Yep. So that's a very good answer from Jatin. Somebody said obviously they have I think it's Subramanya saying that he has 3,000 pi and still mining. Keep going, man. Keep going. Don't stop at all. Never stop. Psycho Mantis says, what about Amazon and Alibaba? It can be read online that those two companies have quote unquote signed contracts for the future, that they will accept Pi. Are those news to be trusted? Thank you too. Jatin, please take this up.
See, all of these news, I would say that do not go on these kind of news because it all see, if you analyze the aftermath of creating these kind of articles, is that everybody knows that Pi network has a huge community. If I write an article about Pi on my blog, people will come, people will see it. I'll have the advertisements run on my blog. I'll earn, right? So if you read such kind of blogs which have news, baseless news, so do not trust it. Just read it for fun. Just read it, but don't just trust them blindly. These are not trustworthy news. I would say that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then Jayanad here saying that Nand saying that, dear bro, do you have any idea about Pi releasing date? What we can expect the price approximately? Well, Jatin, again, you because you are the center of the show, my friend.
Yeah. So if I talk about the price, why people are so concerned about the price? See, uh, if you are only running behind the price, then you are not running behind the then you are not contributing to the ecosystem, because the Pi network is to be built for the peer-to-peer transactions, right? It is not built for price. It is not built to be exchanged, right? It is built to create a value and then exchange those pies based on that value. Right? So run behind the value. Do not run behind the price, because value is priceless. Price can be measured, value cannot be measured.
Yeah.
Second thing is that if you talk about the releasing date, so maybe next year we'll see it.
Yeah. Does that mean that the GCV advocates have a valid point then? Do they have a valid point?
At some point of time, that figure will become true, but not now.
Mm.
After 60-40 years, they'll figure will become true, but not right now. Because if you look at the distributed wallets,
Yes.
if you look at the distributed pie, if you look at the data does not suggest that GCV can be supported right now. It could
Mm-hmm.
be maybe in when pi becomes really scarce like Bitcoin after 14-20 years,
Mm.
that value might be possible, but not right now.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, I've said that in previous videos that right now, GCV is not possible, but down the line, decades from now, anything is possible. Nobody thought Bitcoin would go from some fractions to over 60,000. Nobody thought that. So it is what it is, and so anything is possible down the line. But right now, based on our total supply, we can't really compute such numbers. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, because obviously it's extremely huge, but the possibility is down the line. We will see how that becomes. I think right now it looks like. Let me see. Somebody asked the questions. He said, "Let me put this on the screen." He said, hi Ray, please help me reach out to the Pi team about our incomplete KYC. I'm from Nigeria. I submitted a Nigerian NIN slip instead of the premium NIN card. Please tell them not to disconnect our coin. What do you think about this, Jatin?
So if people have submitted a wrong ID, if they think that it is a wrong ID which was not supposed to be submitted, so what will happen is uh, those people will get a chance to resubmit the IDs. They just need to wait. First thing is that people need to realize that if there is a real pioneer mining that account, mine through that account, she'll not be left behind by the PICO team. They will be given n number of chances, either in the form of resubmission of their IDs, or or if there is a correction in the name, or if there is a correction in the data which they entered manually uh, uh,
Yeah,
while typing. So they will be given a chance to correct all the data until they pass. So
yeah,
they just need to wait patiently. Everybody will pass. Yeah.
yeah. Guys, we're almost coming to an end. Jatin will just give us the summation of what he said and everything, and what he believes pioneers could do. But before that, please, I'll be holding an interview with KCEX almost immediately after this. It's in about 23 minutes from now. So please join it, because these exchanges, nobody really knows what. A lot of people don't even know what the exchanges are about. They don't know how to trade. They don't know how to use their cryptos on exchanges. So they're more into the DEXs and the wallets and stuff. But sometimes these CEXs exchanges as well are extremely reliable and safe. Do you know what I mean? Security wise, they're very, very safe. So you might want to join this, because there's so many things you will learn, very, very technical things broken down into layman's terms, and you might begin to trade as well in crypto on KCEX exchange. Jatin, finally, what have you got to tell the viewers and the listeners here, please?
Yeah, so if you have been mining Pi from the last 2, 3, 5 years, don't stop. Second thing is that start earning more Pi by selling things, by not scamming others, but by selling things, right? In a way, because right now it is the time to earn more Pi, because mainnet is very near. And the second thing is that make a budget out of like $100 or $200, not more than that, for like every quarter you can set aside $200, and you can invest $200 to earn more Pi, by genuine selling goods and things, because if you talk about the ecosystem which got developed in 2021 by selling things, it got failed. It literally got failed because the mainnet was not seen very near. But now the mainnet is to be seen very near. You can invest a little amount out of your pocket and earn more Pi. It will also help the other people to see, look around what the Pi ecosystem and join into the Pi ecosystem. So it is our contribution which will make Pi great. So wake up your team, get them validated, get their wallets migrated, get them into the ecosystem again, and everything will be sorted. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jatin. KYCs are happening. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand. A friend of mine who was not mining for a long time, I got hold of him face to face, and I told him to, he still had the app. So obviously, what we did was just got him logged in, and immediately he was prompted to get his KYCs done. So we just did it right there and then, and now it's been KYC. This happened like a week ago. So listen, it's happening. It's happening, people, and always update your app as well. Update the Pi app, because sometimes if you don't update it, you may not see the new updates which are around. People, thank you so much for being here. I am going to hold another live show in less than 20 minutes. So you might want to join that. All of you, of course, 78 now. Please, all of you join it. I will be much grateful if you do, because you might understand certain things about crypto exchanges that you'll not hear from anywhere. Not OKX, not Binance, not Coinbase, not Kraken. You may not hear from them. This is going to be a scoop of the century, whatever it is. Thank you so much, Jatin, for being here. And obviously, thank you to all of you for being here. I'll see you in the next 20 minutes. Bye-bye.
Rays united. Oh my God, ways made another